Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on LumberCapitalLY. My family has been living in this home for 8 years now, and while my parents bought it as a fixer-upper, it's taken us a long time to do the fixer-upper part of that. So we've kind of just lived in this really old house that looked like it's been under construction forever. So we're actually finally getting to fix it up, and it has just drastically changed the way that it's looked. I mean, I want to show you pictures of the before and after. We'll get to that here in a minute, but it's just been a roller coaster. So today Grandpa's going to be talking all about this because he's the one that's been working on it. So let's get into it.
Okay, we can start by talking about what we've done here. These rooms were all basically 12 by 12, pretty close. We had taken out, we shored up the ceiling. We put a support timbers through here, moved that wall back, and built a laundry room in here. We took out 1, 2, 3. We took out 4 walls. There's a support beam above all of the walls we took out. We, because there's a little bit of sag in this old house, and you can't jack it up because it's 2-story. All that plaster up there is pretty heavy. So we put the beams in. We took it laser level, and I leveled all the ceiling, brought it back to plumb all through all of this, and then we hung the sheetrock, and it's definitely flatter than it was. This ceiling was lath and plaster, just like the walls you can see down here underneath. Everything was lath and plaster. I want to tell you, those boys, they earned their wages back then when they did that. So what we've done, sheetrock the ceiling. Right now I'm in the process of repairing this plaster around the base where it had got loose. So I have done a little bit over here. I've done some over here. That's the first coat. That's a scratch coat. As soon as that sets up enough there, I'll scratch it up so we got good adhesion. And then I can put the brown coat on. And as soon as it dries, it's in between coats, it's going to take a while. Then I can put the brown coat on. When that's set up, then I can put the finish coat on. And it has transformed this. We took the old solid door off. It had windows all the way around it, and it leaked all kinds of wind, cold air. So we took it out, put this lighted door, 15 light door, in, and so I've just about had enough finishing above my head. I've got the ceiling ready for orange peel texture. I'll do that as soon as I get this plaster all repaired. But it's just been a process. We've been at it probably month and 3 weeks maybe, and it's coming along. I mean, it has made a major difference. So it's the open concept now. We tore out. There was just a newel here on the staircase, so I had to support that down and through the basement on the timbers. So there's a steel post down there with a cement base coming up to here, and that holds this timber. And we are getting down close to the point of course, texture and some paint. And then the girls are going to put the hardwood floor in, I think. But I've tried to talk them into that. I don't think I've got it done yet, but I've put in thousands of feet of hardwood floor, so maybe I can survive long enough to get it in. But it has transformed this place. We put electric all through because they had plaster ceiling, lath and plaster, furred down to acoustic tiles. So my daughter and I ripped that all out and had it hauled off. And then I ran electric for all of these lights. We got a fan here to push heat upstairs off the fireplace. And it's coming, step by step. We're gonna get it done. Really changes this place. Totally changes it. So all of these rooms initially, like I said, were 12 by 12. Every one of them had a door. Every one of them had a fireplace. So whichever room you were in, you could close it up, heat it up, and that's the way they did it back then. They didn't have a big central heating system to keep their house warm. But it's coming. We're gonna get her. It's gonna be painted and hopefully the floor in before Thanksgiving. If I can hold out that long, hopefully.
One of the things that we have been really looking forward to is putting down our beautiful oak flooring, but so much had to happen before we could do that. If we wanted this house to be anything in the future, we had to, take the proper steps, and that meant fixing the walls that were pretty much crumbling. So now that that's done, I'm going to be putting the flooring down a lot on this channel because I think it's a really nice talking point considering that we actually sell oak flooring ourselves. So this flooring, I can't wait to see what it does to this house. We have actually just been walking on the subfloor for like the last 8 years. So just having the subfloor be all these kinds of different colors, it's kind of like painted in some spots, really worn. You can see the basement through the cracks kind of thing. So putting this flooring down is really going to change it a lot. And it's white oak, so this is a really nice floor, and it's actually here in the house acclimating to the atmosphere of the house so that when we put it down we can do it right. So I can't wait. I really can't wait. Anyways, back to Grandpa.
So I get a lot of help from Terry. She's a workhorse when it comes to helping finish and everything. But we're gonna right now. I've got some mud mixed up. If you want to see what I'm doing to mix up this mud or plaster these walls, you want to wet your wood pretty good. Not running water, but you want to get it moist so that's very, very dry wood. You don't want it sucking the moisture out of your plaster too fast, or it won't adhere. But if you wet it down a little bit, then it's got some moisture to draw that cement glues into the lath, and it will stick really well. Wet my board down here so it doesn't dry out my plaster when I do it. So I'll get some mud on there and okay. Now this mud goes back in between those laths and spreads out and holds it, locks it on. I don't want this too thick. I want it to, because this is just the first coat. I just want to lock it on the plaster is all I want it to do right now. Now I'll come back as soon as this sets up a little bit and scratch it. It's called a scratch coat. I'll bring it back and scratch it up. That gives you something for the next coat to hook onto.
That's it for today's video, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Other than that, we'll see you back here next time. Bye.